The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is worsening by the day. The World Health Organization warns there's an extreme risk diseases will spread among Palestinians in the territory.
We recorded already more than 70,000, 72,000 cases of acute respiratory infections, over 44,000 cases of diarrhea, 808 cases of chickenpox, 15,000 skin rashes, scabies, lice, and we also get cases now of hepatitis and hepatitis A.
The Israel-Hamas war has affected Gaza's health system, as most of the enclave does not have access to clean water, food, basic health care, or fuel. And Palestinians who fled their homes are crowding in shelters.
We know that the health system is actually on its knees, and that currently 65%, that is 47 of the 72 primary care facilities, are not functioning. And the ones which are functioning are partly functioning, barely functioning. They say more than 70%, almost 75% of the hospitals are currently not functioning. 25 out of the 36.
The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs confirms 23,000 liters of fuel entered Gaza Wednesday. It was the first shipment of fuel since the Hamas terror attack on October 7th. Israel's National Security Advisor said Israel has agreed to allow 2 fuel trucks per day into Gaza. However, that fuel is only to be used for UN relief trucks, distributing humanitarian aid to people of Gaza. The WHO director once again calling for a ceasefire. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterating not unless Hamas releases their hostages.
I said that we would have a temporary ceasefire only if we have our hostages back, and I haven't changed what I said.
Meanwhile, the IDF confirms they found the body of a second Israeli hostage in a building near the Al-Shifa hospital complex in Gaza. Netanyahu said Thursday intelligence had strong indications Hamas was holding hostages in a military facility under Al-Shifa. This after Israeli soldiers released video they say uncovers proof of a Hamas terror tunnel shaft inside the Al-Shifa hospital complex in Gaza.
But Hamas was using the patients in that hospital as a human shield. And on level -2, we found a command and control center, military communications, coded equipment. We found bombs. We found weapons. And we also found terror tunnels in the hospital compound.
Journalists with the New York Times accompanied IDF soldiers into a portion of the Al-Shifa complex about 48 hours after Israeli soldiers stormed the hospital. And according to the report, the journalists were shown a stone and concrete shaft on its grounds with a staircase descending into the earth. Evidence, the IDF said, of a Hamas military facility under the hospital. They're aware that they're under pressure to produce evidence that Hamas used the hospital complex as a terror command center. However, it could be days before troops make their way into the shaft as they fear it's booby-trapped. U.S. officials also announced Thursday they will not be sharing intel on Hamas's command center as they're still monitoring the status of hostages.